Okay, so it's a good one. So my thing was what makes mental health promotion effective, which I thought was like cool to go into because with our lesson planning we wanted to talk about that. So I was like, okay, well I'll find something that relates to it, and I found this. It wasn't that long of an article. It was like 8 pages, um, but it had like a lot of material. So first off, it's kind of sets up like what the article's like going to talk about. So it gives us 4 different settings that we can promote and intervene with those who need help. So they got home, the school, the workplace, and the community. And then it kind of talks about like what makes them work and what we can do to like research and practice it. Um, so for home, for kids, growing is essential. You know, it's important. It's a safe place. It's supposed to be a safe place, and it's the most developmental in all the aspects of life. So like your social growing, your mental growing, your physical growing. It's the most important. It's supposed to be. um, and we gotta protect them from harm. So like abuse, negligence, poor nutrition or drugs, anything like that. We gotta keep them away from that because if they're gonna have a positive mindset, they need that. You know, they need that out of their lives. And they just need care. They need attention. They need attachment to their parents. And they need a positive interactions like around the house because without that, your mindset is fucked. School, it's advocated as a major setting for promotion because it's another big developmental setting because that's where you're learning and you're kind of like engaging with people. So it's like really important that you get that down, and it needs to have ways of coping with transition and change, so that way it's like easier for you to move on. Friends and social networking, again, a good thing. Uh, Education has to provide a positive emotional feeling, because if it's just like negative or it's just boring, it's just gonna mess up with your mindset again. And it needs to be integrated with the school ethos, because you just got to make sure your kids are doing all right. Then you got the workplace. Depending on the quantity and the quality, is where your like physical, mental health will be. So if it's like good stuff, it's gonna be way up there. But if it's bad, you know, if it's bad, it's gonna be bad. And other stuff such as like income, social life, and like self-esteem, that's gonna have an effect on people. And the lack of work, unemployment, and stuff at work like noise, pressure, overload, stuff like that, that tends to cause depression, anxiety, and stress. Which, if any of us work, we all know what's that like. And if we have an improved work environment, it causes productivity, better participation, and better health. And then finally, we got the community, which allows engagement between people in their settings. It's the best in promoting mental health since it's all around us, and it involves like bigger institutions to get involved. So like government, medical facilities, community groups that can like better promote mental health. So what makes them work? Well, there's a couple things that they talked about that like allow them to work. So like coming up with a theory that can be adapted and implemented. You got to clarify your goals. So if you want to make sure that your intervention is doing well, you got to make sure it has like a specific goal in mind. There's different programs that are being used that are supportive and efficient. A lot of them involve evaluation. This is making sure it's done right and efficiently. And then there's management stuff that you can do that reorganizes and reduces stress, which causes you to have motivation and interest and stuff. And transferability, which means it can like go around the world. Because if it can only work in one place, how is it going to work in the other place? So from that, knowing like how it should work, we need to do some research and practice with it. So we need to increase replication. just so it can be, again, kind of with transferability that can just go around everywhere. Stimulate evaluation through partnerships. So if we work with like a medical facility or government or something like that, they can give us like feedback on how that's working, and even give us suggestions of like what to do. There's also needs to be a cost effectiveness research, because the less cost it is, the more government is involved in like promoting it, because it costs money to promote this kind of stuff. Sustainability, you got to be able to follow up with people, because when you follow up with them, they'll have a better chance of like having an impact on them. And finally, we got to just use our tools that we have, our technology, our knowledge, and our skills to conduct research and implement it into promotion. And that's it. Do I hit it? Stop or?
Yeah.
Okay.